only one guy in gas so far for Toll, and 2 for each gas for his opponent. Rhinosaurus is doing the 100% efficiency gas. So they actually don't mind any less than if there were... It's okay, so if you have 3 probes in gas, I think the first one, the second one, they get 100% efficiency each, but the third one only gets like 60% efficiency. He doesn't get the same amount of gas mined as his opponent, or as the first and second. So a lot of Protoss strategies involve taking 2 probes in gas on each one to be super efficient with the probes. Toll also going for 2 gases, and not only that, but he's doing the 2 in gas as well. Now he has 3 in one, and now 3 in the other. These seem like pretty specific build orders. And there's a Zealot working on the rocks down here, whereas there's a Stalker for Toll. A Stalker is also being produced for Rhinosaurus as well. Their warp gate timings are very, very similar. But the difference here is that there is a Twilight Council going down for Rhinosaurus. So we see now what the differentiating factor is going to be. Whereas there are 2 gateways for Toll, this probably means some sort of pressure play by Toll, and a more tricky by Rhinosaurus. Either blink all in, maybe, or just some sort of blink expand. I've never heard of that, but maybe it's that. Maybe a DT expand. There it is, Dark Shrine. Woohoo, go me! And we have an expand coming down from Toll. And a real problem here is that he has no detection. So let's hope that, for a Red Protoss player's sake, that he decides to drop either a Robo or a Stargate or a Forge for some detection. Otherwise, he's going to get in serious trouble. Second gateway going up now for Rhinosaurus. This is going to be so he puts on some pressure. Stalker's looking around the map for Toll. I think he's suspicious, looking for some pylons, but he's not going to find anything. Rhinosaurus has not yet any proxy pylons out on the map. We should see one leave soon. Oh, there it is. As I say that, there was already a probe on the map, but I hadn't seen it. Any detection yet? There's a Robo just completing, or just halfway done, sorry, for Toll, and it's going to be done pretty soon. They line up almost perfectly, but not quite. That Dark Shrine's going to be finished just a little bit before his opponent's Robo. So the DTs may be able to get in, get a little bit of damage done. 2 are on their way, and an Observer is being chrono boosted out right away. So that makes me wonder, did Toll see it? He's seen nothing. This is just his standard build order, I guess. Those 2 DTs are going to get like 2 or 3 kills, and that's it. And that Observer heads right over, and the first Dark Templar is completely dead. Oh, no! He gets it. And the second one, so workers lost, shows 5 workers lost for Toll. Is that worth it? Well, let's see. Nexus isn't done for Rhinosaurus, and he's still behind in probes. So although there was damage done, I don't think it was worth it. The Dark Shrine delayed the income so much, and also it allowed Toll to actually get his expansion up with the same amount of production as his opponent, and the same bank, and the same army value. In fact, twice the army value now for Toll. I'm actually pretty sure that if he just goes across the map and attacks, he's going to win, because those DTs were a huge investment. You have the money for the Dark Shrine, you have the time lost with the Nexus, but he's not going to do it. He's not going to move out. Toll's going to play it safe. He's going to tech up, which I think is a good choice. You know, like, there's so many times people lose games because the players are greedy. They're too offensive. They're overly offensive, and they don't take all the necessary precautions. And as far as precautions go, Toll dropping 2 proxy pylons, flying the Observer into the main, checking out tech. An Immortal coming out for Rhinosaurus. That Immortal has to finish up pretty quick if he wants to defend this. If we look at the vision from Rhinosaurus, he sees nothing. He has no idea what's going on, and he's still behind in army value. But he has an Immortal, which is not something, and an Archon, which either of which is something that Toll is in possession of right now. He is, however, producing Colossus, which is something that has not even crossed the mind of our other Protoss player. He has 3 Immortals, and that may come as a shock to Toll. If he tries to move in there right now, he's going to have to recall it right away if he tries to go for that engagement. A third going down. I'm going to have to commend Toll for his map vision here. He knows, he has a lot of information. He knows exactly what's going on. He's scouting the whole map if you take a look at what he sees. So, good on him. He's just posturing himself right now outside of the natural of Rhinosaurus. He's just trying to see what the deal is. The first Colossus is about to pop too. So I think that right now Rhinosaurus has a very strong army. He doesn't have the gases on the natural though. He's behind in income, both in gas and in minerals, and 14 probes down. As this game goes longer and longer and longer, I'm pretty sure that Toll is going to be in a better position. He had the lead in the beginning, and he's teching up to a sturdier late-game army. Toll finding this proxy pylon, which is the only access that the Rhinosaurus has to the outside. In fact, this is going to prompt him to go for Rhinosaurus. I think he knows. He knows that he has a window for which his army will be marginally stronger than his opponents, and he's going to use that window. And important to note here is he has a 1 Archon. Why is that important? Well, what does Toll have? He has some Colossus and some Sentries and Stalkers and Zealots. And those Colossus, if they can outrange their opponents really good, but this Archon's going to be able to break down those force fields if they try to come down right now. So we're having our engagement right now. Everything's going to have to retreat from Rhinosaurus. He's probably going to recall on out. He realizes he can't beat the Colossus. I think that if he focus fired them down with the Immortals, he might actually have stood a chance. But he doesn't do that. He still hasn't saturated the gases at his natural, and he's only starting his robotics bay now. He has to face off against 3 Colossus, which is a terrible position for him, and an opponent with 6 gases. I don't think this is going to be a game that Rhinosaurus is going to stick around in for very long. I hate to be pessimistic about it, but his tech's behind, his army's behind, his income is behind. He has a long road ahead of him if he wants to try and combat the production and army of Toll. Things are just going to get out of hand rapidly from here. In fact, he's tripling the gas income right now from his opponent. And this Zealot is trying to run by here, doesn't have any kills, it has 0 kills. That Immortal's gonna knock it down pretty simply. Somewhere though, Rhinosaurus did get 18 worker kills. Oh, there's a Dark Templar that's scooting in there right now. So okay, now the worker counts are dead even, but the base count is not even. So even though the worker counts are even, it's not going to be very good for our Protoss player in the blue trunks. And that probe being super annoying, just delaying that expansion even longer. In fact, very shortly, he may drop a pylon, make it even worse. These Zealots, oh, Warp Prism. See, these are the kinds of things that Rhinosaurus has to do if he wants to come back into this game. He drops in some Zealots. That Warp Prism's going to go down. Let's see if this prompts a response also from our red Protoss player, who has upgrades. That's really okay. So this is going to be really rough. Is he double upgrading or is he single upgrading? That's the question right now. Does he have only one? Okay, I can't find it. Why am I blind? There it is. Okay, so he has only one forge. So it's not the worst thing in the world, but he's completely behind on upgrades too. But as this game goes on, like as it gets later and later and later, and it gets closer and closer to 200 supply, the army, like, once you get to 3-3 and you get to 200 supply, that initial lead's going to mean less and less and less. So, you know, Rhinosaurus sticking in it, he thinks he has a chance. And you know what? It's not looking too terrible for him. If we look at the unit counting station, we have 2 Colossi now for our blue Protoss player, and also 6 Immortals. That's big. That's a big difference. That means a lot. They'll be able to power through this opponent's Colossus rather easily. And I don't know how much I agree with this. This is a dangerous move right now. Those are really strong, and they may be able to focus fire down these Colossus. He's still attacking the Nexus. This is actually like the worst possible engagement from Toll, but I don't know if it's going to matter. 4 Colossi shredding through. He's got the armor and attack upgrades now, so he's going to be able to try and power through his opponent's army. And he's smart, you know. He's like, okay, I might not win against this army, so I'm just going to go for the probes, take out the 3rd base, and cripple my opponent's economy, keep my advantage. But I don't think it's going to matter. 2 Colossus go down now. Now it's 2 versus 2. They're powering through 2. So basically it's an army for an economy, and we're going to find out which one wins there. If loss of economy is worth the loss in army. The army values are now even, but there is no tech in the army now from Toll. Yeah, there's 0 Colossi on the field. And these Zealots are going, and they're killing some probes. Actually, only 3 Colossi, pretty much. 3 Colossi, Stalker, and a War Prism from our blue Protoss player, because he decided to warp in the main of his opponent, which got cleaned up rather easily. Interestingly enough, Rhinosaurus is ahead in the units lost tab. So he's actually being more efficient this game, and that, I think, has everything to do with the fact that Toll focus fired down that next, which makes me wonder if he had just gone in for the kill when he had the chance. Like, if he just ran up the ramp, because he was fighting in a choke, he was fighting in a terrible position, and he was focus firing at a building which has little value in comparison to 3 Colossus. So if he had just gone into a more open space, how would that battle have gone then? Toll's going to lose this 4th. I don't think there's a way he's going to hold it. He's breaking down these rocks, and these Colossus are getting free shots off. So he should just count his losses there and move forward. There's an observer sitting over... Oh, there's an engagement here in the middle. Toll is trying to kill the opponent's army, but he's losing. He's not going to make it. So it's not 3 Colossus to 2 Colossus, and there's a Void Ray. And there's only 3 Zealots, and Void Rays are amazing. This may actually end up going in Rhinosaurus' favor. I don't know how he managed to pull it back, but he has. This Void Ray is so strong. But now it's 3 Colossus and a Void Ray. That Void Ray is going to... No! He pulls it back. Just in the nick of time. Warping in 6 High Templar, he's going to make Archons. Probably the best choice. He has another Colossus. Unit counts are really close. Still in the favor of Rhinosaurus, though. Trying to bait in the units from Rhinosaurus. He has no Mothership Core. There is no recall. If he gets him in a bad position, it's going to be GG. The units from moving in, they're focus firing. No, Void Ray, get out of there. There is a DT in the mix, though. Is there an observer? I don't see an observer. And, oh, the blink in for the Colossus, and he's gonna... Oh, he's... Oh, and the blink, and he gets it. That's it, I think. The army differential is huge now. 2,525 resources in minerals for the red Protoss player, and only 825 for the blue one. Our blue Protoss player, Rhinosaurus, never resecured, which I think he could have actually held rather well, which would put him in a much better position. He's also down by 60 supply. That's not a good place to be, especially in a mirror matchup when you know that is actually a huge tell in how this game is going. And +2/+1 is done for our red Protoss player, whereas only, I say only, but I don't actually know, 1, 0, and the army count is 4 Void Rays, a Warp Prism, and 1 Dark Templar versus 4 Colossus, 12 Stalkers, and 1 Archon, and 5 Zealots. So I know Void Rays are good. I know people are raving about them. They're so good, oh so gosu, but not really. Not in this case. There's not enough units. Not enough units for our blue Protoss player. And Toll, he's not going to make the same mistake he made last year. He's going to be ready. He's going to